What are the things you like to do? Do you like to go to concerts where music moves you? Do you like to put your headphones on and just walk and listen? Do you like to go to comedy clubs, or do you like to walk through gardens? Do you like to be with children? What are the things that ring your bells the most? Because when you think of the things, those instances in life, those high points, you were standing at the top of a mountain, maybe you climbed up it for a little while, maybe it took you an hour, maybe it took you 2 hours, maybe it took you a few days, but when you climbed up there and looked over that edge and saw what you saw and felt that exhilaration, have you ever done that, or have you just seen the movie? Well, in either case, when you feel that exhilaration, when you feel those high peak moments, we want you to understand that that is the way you intended to live, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day, in this physical life experience. You didn't plan on coming and just sort of grinding it out and occasionally carving out a day off where you could go do something fun. That was not your plan. It was your plan to be so presently focused in the variety that surrounds you, that the variety would inspire you to clarity of desire. And it was your intention to guide your attention appreciatively upon the new ideas that were born within you continually, in order to allow the full point of view from the full source within you to be present in your moment with you. Not just an occasional peak moment, but a constant peak moment of blending and alignment. You use words like clarity. Do you know what clarity is? Clarity is source thinking with you and you knowing the thought of source. That's clarity. Do you know what humor is? It's you enjoying the spontaneousness of the moment and source enjoying it with you, and you being so on the wavelength of it that the depth and breadth of this insight is so significant that the wholeness of who you are is having the moment in time. You know how when you feel rhythm to music, it's not just you in your rhythmic dance. It's you allowing that broader perspective to dance and revel in the deliciousness of this moment in time. You are source energy in physical bodies. And it was your intention when you came forth to allow a fullness of that source energy to be peaked and focused in most of your moments, not just occasionally when you were so tired that you had to sleep, or when you had managed to accomplish something that made you finally focus with some sort of appreciation upon yourself. Life is supposed to be really fun for you. Fun and clear and expansive and exciting and interesting. That's what your plan was when you came. And that's what many of you are discovering as you are moving through your day-to-day experiences. So, as we've been visiting with you over a number of years, we've been talking to you about how you are the creator of your own reality. And some of you like the sound of that, especially when things are going well. But when things are not going so well, you would clearly like to let someone else have the blame for creating your own reality. Seems like one of those misbehaving people should take more credit for what's going on in your experience. And we want you to know that once you come to the full understanding that everything that is coming to you is coming in response to the vibrational offering that you've got going on. We've been talking to you for a long time about your point of attraction and how the thoughts you think cause you to emit a vibration, and that vibration is then matched by law of attraction, and things that match it come back to you. So it's not just acquaintances or rendezvous with other people. It's rendezvous with circumstances and events. It's rendezvous, timing and rendezvous with all kinds of things. It's even the rendezvous of your own thought, the rendezvous of your own memory, the rendezvous of your own expectation. You have a vibrational basis of attraction going on all the time, which you can change at the drop of a hat. You can change it on a whim. You can change it with small intent or large intent. You have control over what your point of attraction is because you have control over what you focus upon. But you've got to know that you have that control. And we know that for many of you, it means you have to know that there's a reason to go to the trouble of it. We play with you because we know that when you get hold of your vibrational output, then you've got control of everything that comes into your experience. And we know that getting control of your vibrational output simply means training yourself bit by bit to thoughts that feel better and better until that's your habit, that's your vibrational habit. Until what comes to you comes in response to that better feeling thought and that better feeling thought, until you have this train of better feeling thoughts, until you have this habit of better feeling thoughts. A belief is only a thought you keep thinking, yes? And so you have habits of thought. But for most humans, your habit of thought follows what you are observing. And you have put yourselves into such a wide spectrum of observable things. You have the ability to observe worldwide. You have the ability to observe specifically worldwide. You have the ability to be involved with so many people. You have the ability to know so many specific things about so many specific things that your vibration has the potential of being scattered all over the place. And every time you focus on anything, you set up a vibrational pattern that brings more like it and more like it and more like it, until before you know it, you are surrounded with the evidence of your patterns of thought, and that evidence makes you believe, because there's evidence that things are the way they are. And most are not realizing that things are only the way they are because of your patterns of thought. And you have the ability to develop the pattern of thought that you choose. You do not have to develop your patterns of thought in response to what is around you. We know that if you were observing in general terms, your patterns of thought would serve you extremely well. And the more specific you get as you focus, the more specific the comeback is, the more specific the law of attraction brings details to you. The more specifically you focus, the more specifically things fill in. And so in order to explain this point of attraction, we are talking to you about this vibrational standpoint, this vibrational basis. And we are calling it a vibrational grid. There are lots of words that could be used to explain it. But the point that we really want to establish, the point that we really want you to focus upon, is that you are vibration more than you are anything else. And it is your vibrational offering that causes everything that comes into focus to be. So everything about your body, everything about your acquaintances, everything about the way you move through life, everything about the way everything touches you is about your vibrational offering, over which you have complete control, but usually don't exercise it all that well. Most people are offering most of their vibration in response to what they are observing, and they are not all that particular about what they are observing. So for most, it sort of goes like this. You see something, you have an emotional response to it. That emotional response brings more like it, which you have another emotional response to, which brings more like it, which you have another emotional response to. And these emotional responses are only indicators of vibrational standpoint, vibrational stance. So when you decide that you want to exercise more control over your vibrational standpoint, if we were standing in your physical shoes, the way we would go about it is we would decide that we would approach it from an emotional basis rather than from a thought basis. So as we began here today, we said to you, do you like the way contrast causes you to focus? Now we want to say to you, do you like the way you are able to feel within the contrast that surrounds you? That's a much more productive way of putting it to you. Do you like the way you are able to feel living in the contrast that surrounds you? And if the answer to that is yes, then that means you're focused in a way that you're not contradicting the vibration of who you really are. So you're in alignment much of the time with who you are. So you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and your point of attraction is wonderful, because you have the leverage of source energy, you have the leverage of all that you call good right there offering a vibration with you. And when you are in that vibrational patterning, only good things can come to you. Did we get your attention at all about that? Do you know that you can control your point of attraction? Do you know that you can control the way you feel? Well, if you know that, then you know everything. And so you know everything. That's all there is to know. Once you know that, you've got it figured out. Then the rest of it is just exercising the knowledge that you know until you're really sort of good at it. Till you're just sort of kind of good at it. You don't have to be really good at it. You just have to be sort of kind of good at it. Because if you're sort of kind of good at it, then sort of kind of good things keep coming to you. And the more things come that you appreciate, and the more you do appreciate, the more you focus upon those things that you appreciate, then the more you practice that vibrational patterning. So when we talk about your point of attraction, we're talking about all of the things you draw to yourself. Yes. But we're talking about much more than the cars you bring or the money you bring or the physical friends you bring. We're talking about your bringing to yourself, better said, your allowing of yourself, better said, your blending with yourself. You're allowing the blending of who you really are to be present and focused in this time-space reality, in this precise moment in time. We have enjoyed this interaction a lot. The greatest pleasure that we've taken from this particular gathering today is the movement in your individual grids that we have witnessed you experiencing. You are now consciously aware of something that you were not consciously aware of before, which means what's coming up for you next is going to be way more fun than anything that has come before. There isn't anything that you need to do and not anything that you should do. There's not anything that if you leave it undone will cause any distortion in the universe. Because everything is unfolding just the way that you knew it would. You established a grid when you made the decision to come into this physical body that is vibrating and attracting perfectly. You don't need to worry about those who right now don't seem to understand deliberate creation or don't understand about law of attraction. You don't even need to worry about people who are negative or even people that you think are really bad. You don't need to worry about them harming you, and you don't need to worry about them harming others, and you don't need to worry about the harm that you think that they might be doing to themselves. There is nothing broken in this world that deserves your attention to try to fix. You didn't come forth as healers or fixers or solvers of problems. You came forth as creators. You came forth with this understanding that the variety that surrounds you would inspire you to new ideas. And you knew that in the allowing of the new idea that there would be a richness and an exhilaration to the experience. That really is what you came for. Sometimes you feel like, well, it has to be more than that. It has to be more than my personal satisfaction. I need to do something that is more meaningful, something that will help more people. And we say, there is nothing more meaningful and nothing that will help more people than you understanding your own personal basis of vibration and tending to it deliberately so that you can demonstrate with ease and grace and consistency the goodness of your life and the goodness of your world, to which everyone you know also has access. There is a great love here for you. And as always, we remain joyously, stubbornly in fact, in the vortex.